Marisa had bought me a book for Christmas called 50 Hikes in and Around Tuscany, Hiking the Mountains, Forests, Coasts, and Historic Sites of Wild Tuscany and Beyond by Jeff Taylor. Of course, this title, including the statement of Wild Tuscany Beyond, really catches my attention. As I read through it and learn of the dreams that it holds, I see one short hike that really looks good. Since I don't have a car, I look for hikes near our home and farm in San Cipriano, Volterra, somewhere I can possibly walk or ride my bike to. I find one, page 112, number 18, The Ruins of Castelvecchio, a short hike to the ruins of the 13th century village near San Gimignano, round trip 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles. It reads, Castelvecchio is located on the hill of Cornocchio, very close to the city of San Gimignano. This site dates back more than 2,000 years to the time of the ancient Etruscans. However, it was in the 12th century that the village of Castelvecchio was built as a protectorate of the city of San Gimignano. In the 14th century, San Gimignano was a city of some importance, with some 20 fortified villages under the dominion of San Gimignano, which provided protection for neighboring armies. But as the bubonic plague raged across Italy, the balance of power changed among the Italian city-states. When the plague reached Castelvecchio in 1348, the village was blockaded by San Gimignano's army in an attempt to prevent the further spread of the plague. Within weeks, the village was empty, as the entire population apparently sneaked out past the guards during the night. Except for the occasional families of woodsmen over the centuries, the village has never been occupied again. Back in December 2013, while in Volterra for Christmas, I plead with Marisa to let me take the car to visit the old city. One afternoon, we take the car together and try to make a visit. We don't take the best road, following the Col de Elsa Valley from Molino d'Era, then on the dirt road steeply up towards Sansano. It takes a while and we almost get lost and nearly run out of gas, but we find it and make the 2-kilometer walk down into the forest. Say cheese.
Ciao.
Ciao. An abandoned house in the forests of Tuscany. Beautiful. But there's lots of hunters and it's kind of scary. We arrive at the sign and map just outside the village, but as the evening is approaching, we have to turn back and don't get a chance to continue into the ancient village. Of course, I am a little disappointed, but I also enjoy the process of reconnaissance as we explore and learn the hidden ways to places, and I know I'd return again to complete the discovery. While visiting in May of 2015, we have 9 days in Volterra, then 3 days in Venice for a conference, and then 3 more days in Volterra at the end. I have my sights on another backpacking trip to the Alps and the Sentiero Roma of the Val Massimo. As usual, I bring alpine gear and continue to build my set in Italy so I can be ready to explore the wilderness when the opportunity arises. When the gear is all packed, we plan to go to town to buy my bus and train tickets to Florence, Milan, and the Valtellina above Lake Como. But there is another national train and bus workers' strike that we have been hit with before, and a vicious storm is moving in over the Alps and all of Italy. I cancel the trip, spend a day in bed reading and resting, getting over the acute sadness of a dream trip canceled, then plan other adventures on the farm in Volterra. With time to rest and sit around on the farm, I always read a lot, and this time I am reading a great book my mom just got for me, Turn Right at Machu Picchu, Rediscovering the Lost City One Step at a Time, by Mark Adams. It's an amazing historical recreation of a storytelling of the original expeditions of Hiram Bingham as he discovers Machu Picchu. As I've traveled extensively in Peru, have visited Machu Picchu 5 times, painted a mural in the village of Aguascalientes below the ruins, and hiked on Inca trails through the Andes, I really loved this book. As I read, I realize this is my opportunity to make my visit to Castelvecchio by riding my bike there, hiking, or even camping there overnight. Then I can discover my own lost city as Bingham did at Machu Picchu, and Castelvecchio is actually hundreds of years older. In looking at topographic maps, I know I can ride my bike there, as it's only about 16 kilometers, and we come up with the idea that since Marissa's younger brother Giovanni works in San Gimignano, I can drive with him in the morning and have him drop me off to hike on the main highway, just a few kilometers from the trail. I packed my day pack the night before, and early Sunday morning as we wake to greet the pink Tuscan dawn, I have coffee, and at 7 I join Giovanni for a ride up through Volterra and onto the highway towards San Gimignano and Siena. After 10 kilometers we come to the road to Cornocchio, across the mountaintop, and I get out and head off on foot. It's 7:30 and I am on the walk 2 kilometers to reach the dirt road that drops steeply down into the forest. Taylor's book continues. The trail descends into the ravine below of oak and woodlands. You will reach the tower of the keep, which was the primary guard tower for the village. You have reached your destination, which means you are free to explore however you wish. There are at least 25 separate structures, although there may be others still buried under the soil and hiding among the trees. It is fascinating to look at how the trees have overgrown many of the homes, how low the windows are in some of the structures, and to see the millstones used for grinding grain or pressing olives. But by far the most impressive structure in the complex is the church of San Frediano, near the far end of the ruins. Taylor describes, during a visit to the ruins of Castelvecchio, one can see the remains of structures and artifacts that are over 700 years old. Millstones and clay jars are still present, showing articles of the daily life of the residents. The church is perhaps the most fascinating structure on the site, with pieces of the fresco still clinging to the apse. I leave the village and head up the dirt road, stopping to explore some abandoned old farmhouses before reaching the main road to Cornocchio, and continuing 2 kilometers more to the busy main highway, another 10 kilometers back to Volterra. After several hours, I am halfway back, and I step off the highway to rest in the shade of a big tree in some open fields of a farm, to enjoy the amazing views back towards my Tuscan home and the city of Volterra.